Hi, this is the third in a series of tutorials on the IfThenElse widget. This tutorial focuses on the idea of using multiple conditions to get a true value. So take, for example, a situation where you have two sensors, two proximity sensors, and you want person A to be in front of sensor 1 and person B to be in front of sensor 2, and you only want a video to play if people are in front of both sensors. That is, person A and person B are in front of their respective proximity sensors. Then play the video. So it's a kind of social situation where you want both people to walk up and be in front of the sensor, and then something happens. So what that means is that you can't rely on just one if-then-else to make it trigger. You need two if-then-elses, and you need some way to tie the two widgets together so that only if both are true do we, say, play the video. So let's see how this example works. So here's my first input, and it's true now, right? We're getting a T up here, but we're not getting the then result and outputting 500 to move the graphic over to the right. That only happens when we get the second values coming into this input widget to be true. So now they're both true, and we get the 500 going out, and the graphic moves to the right. So if either one is false, then the overall output is false. So they both have to be true in this case. Now, there might be another situation where we want to have if either one is true. Say if a person is in front of sensor 1, the video plays, or if a person is in front of sensor 2, the video plays. In either case, we want the video to play. Well, we can do that by changing this from input 0, that's this widget, to be or if then 2, which is this if then else widget. And so now we have a situation where, okay, both are false, so we're false. We're in the else situation. But if this one is true, we go positive. We go to the true condition, move the graphic to the right, or play the video in our imaginary example. Or if this one is true, then it works. So this is either one. Now, there's one other set of criteria we could use. What if we want it must be one or the other, not both at the same time? Well, we can do that here with the what's called XOR. That's exclusive OR. That's a Boolean term used in programming and logic. So now, because we're saying exclusive OR, only one can be true. So if this one is true, it works. But if I add this other one to be also true, it actually comes out to be, since both are true, and we're saying exclusive OR, that is only one can be true, then we get the false value and the else output. Okay, I'll set this back to and let's see how we set this up. So obviously we've got an input 0 here, which this if-then-else widget is listening to. And then we have another analog in, which is named input 1, and this if-then-else widget is listening to it, input 1 here. And then the other trick we need to do is in the first one, you could call it the master if-then-else. It has this add if-then parameter set up to listen to this one, which is named if-then-else 2, right? So we're adding on a second condition by putting the instance name of another if-then-else widget. So that's really it. We're adding on, you could call it cascading. You can even do a third one. If we were to put in here on the second one, if we were to add another one on and put its name in here, then we could add on a third condition. All right, so it's fairly simple. So we've got, again, an analog in and an if-then-else, another analog in and a different if-then-else, and we're combining the two by doing this add if-then. The one other thing we need to do is when we're actually running the project, by default, it's set to if input 0 only, that is, whatever it's listening to. But if we change it to input 0 and or XOR, we'll use and, then we're combining the two if-then-elses into a single system where both play a role in our ultimate decision of whether it's going to be true or false, that is the then or the else. So again, in this case, both have to be true because we're using and. And there you have it. All right, that's the tutorial on multiple conditions in the if-then-else widget. Thank you.